Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Strike Fighter Squadron 14 Change Command Ceremony, where Commander Eric Kinney will be relieved by Commander Thomas Kolwitz during airborne change of command. What you will witness today is a unique naval tradition. The change of command ceremony is not prescribed by U.S. Navy regulation, but rather is a time-honored tradition which formally restates the continuity of command to its officers and crew. Naval regulations dictate that the commanding officer and his relief conduct the change of command in front of squadron personnel. The heart of the ceremony is the formal transition of authority and responsibility from the relieving officer from the officer being relieved. Today, the responsibility of command will pass from Commander Kinney to Commander Kolwitz when he says, "I relieve you, sir." And Commander Kinney responds, "I stand relieved." This simple ritual signifies the transfer of full responsibility and authority from one officer to another. The Strike Fighter Squadron 14 Change Command will take place airborne at 600 feet and 350 knots overhead the hangar. The official party is launched and is joined east of Naval Air Station Lemoore in preparation for today's event. Commander Kinney will begin by reading his orders, followed immediately thereafter by Commander Kolwitz. Once complete, Commander Kinney will lead the division flyby from east over the hangar with Commander Kolwitz and Captain Good, Commander Carrier Air Wing 9, in formation. Approaching the hangar, Commander Kinney will announce that he is ready to be relieved. Commander Kolwitz will then relieve him, and Commander Kinney will break into vertical, departing the formation as a final salute to the top hatters and Carrier Air Wing 9. The flyover will occur at 14:05 and 8 seconds. In the next few minutes, please direct your attention towards the flight line as Commander Kinney will lead the formation over the hangar for his final flight in a top hatter aircraft.
Strike Fighter Squadron 14, attention!
And guests, please feel free to stand and make your way to the edge of the hangar for a better view if you desire.
challenging seasons we have encountered in a long time. We thank you for his unique abilities and vision, which have inspired a culture of service and excellence to flourish in VFA-14 and continues to be modeled by each team member, the most junior sailor to the most seasoned leader. As he transitions into a new chapter in his military service, may he depart NAS to Lord with a deep sense of gratitude for all he accomplished, along with a renewed spirit for all that is yet to come. This season of celebration, we also ask for thy blessing to be upon his family, including his children, Lucia, Sophia, and Isabella, his wife, Chrissy, and his mother, Elvira, who joins us for this special moment. You are well acquainted with all the seasons of our lives, and we trust in your promise of walking with us each step of the way. As Commander Tommy Coleman assumes command of the Top Hatters, we ask that you grant him new depths of wisdom and insight. Help him to continue leading with fidelity, give him strength to meet every challenge, and uphold him when he faces the discouragement that is unique to such places of positions of power and influence. In the season of transition, we also ask for a blessing to be upon his wife Erin, his daughter Lila, and his son Ryan, and ask that their home continue to be a sanctuary of joy, of peace, and of rest. In your most boldest name we pray, O God. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. In a moment, you will see on the flight line, Commander Kinney shipping taxi back to the aircraft. The fire trucks on the flight line will line up in position for landing. Commander and flashing signs to the top hat of the boat. Leading us to the forward drink over the new strike, thus letting it down and making it going forward for whom we will be honored. Today, we stand in the gate of the
so much. Keep this off, okay? Get it moving. All right, go to your seat. I'll go sit you down and then I'll get your foot out. Those guys. Good, right? I'm gonna wait for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party. Military guests, please start.
Strike Fighter Squadron 14, attention!
Commander, United States Navy, arriving. Strike Fighter Squadron 14, arriving. Carrier, Air Wing 9, arriving. Bosun, post the side boys. Will the guests please be seated? Military members may remain uncovered for the remainder of the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Kinney.
Once a top hatter, always a top hatter, right? All right, now we can kick it off. Change commands are usually on a Thursday at 10 o'clock. So, but in standard top hatter fashion, we decided to do a little bit different. So we have it Tuesday, 1400. So I'm actually surprised to see anyone here. So thank you for showing up. And to the hundreds of thousands of people on Facebook Live right now, thank you for tuning in at home. Appreciate you being here. But when I was looking for a change of command speaker, I think my requirements were fairly reasonable. Lifelong Yankees fan, a lover of superior grill equipment, a connoisseur of Kentucky's favorite exports, and someone who inspired fighter spirit, bringing out the best in everyone around him. Well, it turns out those aren't the easiest to fill here in the Central Valley. But if you look at your programs, you can read the bio of Captain Good, and you'll know without question he's the perfect fit for at least the last requirement, maybe a few of the other ones there as well. So it's my distinct pleasure to introduce today's guest speaker, Commander Carrier Air Wing 9, Captain Good, CAG.
left my speech up here with a promise from Losa that he wasn't going to mess with it. So we'll see how it goes. If it goes off the tracks, then it's Losa's fault. But before I get started, I wanted to welcome a few special guests, mainly the folks there in virtual land. We've been to several of these things now, and it's just not the same. We do with it what we can, but we all know that you'd rather be here with us than watching this on Facebook or whatever streaming method you're using. So I appreciate you guys dialing in. I doubt the 100,000 number is very correct, but the top hunters aren't known for their humbleness. Very special welcome to the family members here in attendance. Carrie Wynn. There you are. Carrie, welcome. Brooklyn Harper, welcome to Team Shogun. It's good to have you on board. Aaron, kids, Lily, Lila, sorry, and Ryan, welcome to the Change Command. And finally, Dick's mom, Frau Kenny, excuse me, couldn't talk. That's all the German I know. So we don't, as I mentioned to Duke earlier, I hope we don't have a conversation in German afterwards because it'll get awkward. And I understand there's uncles here too, so welcome. Chrissy, Lucy, Sophia, and Isabella, welcome. Sorry, you're right here in front of me. Thanks for putting up with your husbands, all of you, for so long. Your dads and sons as well. Whether it's long hours at work, the grumpy men that come home, or spend time away from home. I would say at sea, but Duke spent exactly 0 days at sea as a CO. I think he'll make up for it, so we'll give him a pass this time. But you're what keeps these men grounded and humble, and I thank you for that. It's quite an honor to be standing up on the stage at this ceremony in front of the oldest, boldest squadron in the Navy. We'll probably hear that once or twice again. People often talk about the legacy they leave behind. I disagree. In my opinion, no one person has or leaves a legacy. It's a unit, it's a team, or in this case, it's a squadron. For instance, when you look at the New England Patriots, from 2001 to 2019, they won 6 Super Bowls and lost 3. Arguably, a legacy of greatness for nearly 20 years. But not all legacies are good, or memorable for that matter. Take the New York Yankees, for instance. Despite arguably having the best players and the highest payroll in Major League Baseball, they not only can't win a World Series, they can't even get to the World Series. So underperforming or underachieving can also define an organization. So how do you know when you have a good legacy? When trophies aren't awarded or playoffs aren't played? Well, you know when you have it when past members of the squadron can only talk about their time in that squadron. It doesn't matter what their role was, but they look back on their time there and remember only the fun, the success, and the camaraderie. You don't hear football players talking about their time with the Detroit Lions, or baseball players talking about their time with the Kansas City Royals. You hear them talk about their time with the New England Patriots, or you hear about their time working at VFA-14. It's crazy. Normally sailors fondly remember their first squadron they were a part of. No other squadron can compare to that first squadron. Not sailors from VFA-14 though. Now I have friends that are junior officers, department heads, commanding officers, and all they talk about is their time with VFA-14. Even dating back to the VF-14 days. So I'm old. But frankly, it's annoying. Heck, there's even a wine named after this famed squadron. And the polls here, that's free advertisement, and I expect the payment later on. It's delicious, you should try it for sure. So why? Why is it different? My simple answer is that sailors like to be part of a winning team. And VFA-14 has been a winning team for quite a while. Now having a strong legacy does not come without its negatives. It carries with it an incredible amount of pressure. Pressure that's hard to describe, but is very real. Every sailor and admin, maintenance, and even the pilots that have come and gone before you are all standing in the back watching and wondering, is the current VFA-14 living up to the legacy that the former sailors helped build or maintain? While a legacy is not built upon one single person, in my opinion, one person can take down or alter the trajectory of that unit's legacy. So how did the New England Patriots sustain a long tenure as a premier football team? I'd argue it was their culture. Players come and go. The culture of the team has to alter individual actions that run contrary to the good of the squadron. So a living and lasting legacy is built on a solid, sustained culture of excellence. As sailors transfer in and out of VFA-14, The culture is what molds sailors into what being a top hatter is all about. So where am I going with all of this talk of legacy and culture? Well, I was thinking of the best way to compliment Skipper Kenny's time here. It was hard, but what I think I came up with, and I hope what every squadron CO strives to hear, is that you held up your end of the bargain. I can guarantee you there wasn't a single day that passed with Duke as CO that he didn't wonder if the decisions he made had the desired effect on the people he led. The true meaning of the weight of command, as if the weight of command wasn't enough, you had every previous CO of VFA-14 staring over your shoulder, wondering if you were holding up your end of the bargain. Well, Skipper Duke, you did. And VFA-14 is in a good, if not better place than when you took over. You and Christy have taken this squadron through the most difficult phase of the OFRP cycle, coupled with a global pandemic. Not only did this squadron survive, but it thrived under your leadership. Thank you, and job well done. Christy, this flight line will miss you. Thank you for what you've done here with Lady Lids. Countless spouses benefited from your calmness, guidance, and grace during the 2019 deployment and this crazy pandemic. Enjoy living on the island down in Coronado. Booger and Aaron, you guys are up next. I challenge you to live up to your end of the bargain. We have a busy year ahead of us, and there will be tough times. Know that you have the full support of every top hatter that has gone before you. They are all rooting for you. They will certainly offer their support, advice, and experiences, whether you like it or not. I have the utmost confidence that you will continue to carry the torch so all former VFA sailors can remain proud of the legacy here at VFA-14. Good luck, and most importantly, have fun. After all this talk of greatness and legacy, I want to leave something with the sailors here that are sitting down at the back of the squadron. The Navy SEALs have a motto: the only easy day was yesterday. What that means to me in squadron life is it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. You don't get to take credit for what former sailors accomplished here at VFA-14. You are the beneficiary of their hard work. Build your own legacy that you can be proud of. You must show up to work each day prepared to hold up your end of the bargain. That is how a legacy is built, and that is how a legacy is maintained. I look forward to watching the continued success of the VFA-14 top hatters. Thank you, and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Good will present Commander Kenny with his End of Tour Award. All military members, attention to award.
Strike Fighter Squadron 14, attention!
The President of the United States takes pleasure in presenting the Meritorious Service Medal to Commander Eric J. Kinney, United States Navy, for service as set forth in the following citation. For outstanding meritorious service while serving as commanding officer, Strike Fighter Squadron 14 from December 2019 to February 2021. Commander Kinney consistently performed his demanding duties in a highly professional manner. As Carrier Air Wing 9's consummate tactical innovator, he was responsible for advancing new technologies such as Link Inject to Live and facilitating early operational testing of H-14 Plus and modernized Link network. His efforts greatly enhanced training and readiness capability for the entire naval aviation enterprise. He created a command climate dedicated to warfighting excellence and professionalism. His efforts resulted in 47 advancements, 21 reenlistments, and 60% reenlistment rate. His focus on mission and combat readiness resonated throughout the command and directly led to 15 zero discrepancy programs and 100% of drills and practicals graded as SAT on the latest maintenance program assessment. His innovative process to mitigate the coronavirus disease 19 pandemic during a fiscally constrained maintenance phase allowed the squadron to focus on consistently maintaining a full complement of mission-capable aircraft, resulting in over 2,100 sorties and 2,800 flight hours. Commander Kinney's exceptional professionalism, personal initiative, and loyal devotion to duty reflected great credit upon himself and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Signed for the President, J.A. Aiken, Rear Admiral, United States Navy, Commander, Carrier Strike Group 3. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Squadron, at ease, seats.
Now, VFA-14's Command Master Chief will now present Commander Kinney with a gift from the Chief's Mess. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander King.
All right, for those of you playing change of command speech bingo, I imagine some of you must be close to completing your card. For those who had the words Yankees, Traeger, oldest and boldest, you got to be feeling pretty good looking at me up here on the stage right now, about to fill out your card. I'd like to start by thanking Losa, Ensign Gill, the entire admin and maintenance team for putting this change of command together today. It is absolutely beautiful. The jets look great. The entire hangar is just amazing. Thank you. Thank you for what you've done. I'd also like to thank Lieutenant Wales, Lion 2 Morspicer, IS-2 Cavender for getting the live stream up and running today so people who couldn't be here today can join us virtually. CAG, thank you for most of the kind words you said. Your support over the past year and a half has been phenomenal. Your sage counsel has been on point, and your levity in times that I needed it the most is what kept me from losing my mind, unfortunately not my hair, during this tour. I appreciate everything you've done for me and the lids, and the list is too long to cover today, but you are the epitome of a warrior leader, and without question, Team Shogun will be successful throughout workups and deployment. And I can only hope that the stars align someday, and I have the opportunity to serve in the strike group you are inevitably going to lead. I'd like to recognize a few special guests in the audience, starting with Nicole Williamson, our top hatter ombudsman. Thank you for your continued selfless support of our sailors. You've held this position since before I was the Squadron XO, and you do it with such professionalism and ease. I cannot thank you enough. Please accept those flowers as a small appreciation of what you do for the top hatters. Captain Christie, I expect you to be in a full beard today, and you didn't let me down. Your support for the oldest and boldest over the past 30 months was absolutely inspiring. You went to bat for the lids more times than any skipper could hope for, and probably lost some friends doing it along the way. But the top hatters are a better place for it, and I thank you for it. The greatest honor I think I can bestow on you is that you made me want to be a CAG, more than anyone that had gone before you. And you tried to do everything in your power to make that happen. And while I'm truly excited about the trajectory of my career path, I will cherish those many conversations, sometimes seemingly endless, I suppose, not between a boss and a subordinate, but between one person who's been there and one person who's trying to figure out how to get there through a command tour and figure out the struggles of command tour both personally and professionally. My goal in the future is to hopefully provide that same counsel and guidance to the people I work with. Commodore, I think you're not here right now, but thank you for your support throughout my time as the top hatter CO as well. One of the few regrets I have is not seeing the finished ready room project that you're so passionate about, but this flight, that its capability has been lacked on this flight line for far too long, and NS Lemoore will surely benefit from it. Chode, I think I got your seat right. You were supposed to sit next to CAG. Is that CAG or this CAG? I don't remember which CAG. So if you want to come sit next to me, you can come up here and take my seat. It's fine. But whatever works out. I know you're down there taking bets when I'm going to cry. So I don't know why you're here. I didn't invite you. So you're welcome, I guess. Fellow Shogun COs, thank you for flying in. Thank you for walking down the street. Thank you for taking the time to be here. I know we're all busy, especially with the impending debt coming up. It means a lot to me. Hash Brown, Fluff, Smear, guys, thanks for being here. We've known each other for way too long, too many stories. Keep you guys quiet over there would be good. I'll make it through this. XO Sunshine, Carrie, I know you're here somewhere, Carrie, I don't know where you are, but there you are, Carrie. Welcome. Brooklyn, Harper, welcome to the oldest and boldest. When I saw Sunshine get slated to the top hatters, I knew the lids were going to be in great hands for years to come. Aaron, Chrissy, I was so lucky to have you at her side throughout this tour. You are going to be the person that makes the top hatter family stronger by successfully guiding the lady lids and our sailor families throughout workups and deployment. Thank you for what you're going to do and what you've already done. Lila and Ryan, you've got two amazing people to look up to, and your parents. You should be proud of both of them, just as they're proud of you. To the guests in the front row, Mom, the past few months have obviously been difficult for both of us, but having people like your brother here with us today gives me comfort because you are surrounded by so many people that love you. And if you ever need anything, there are a ton of people that will drop everything they're doing to be with you. And in just a few weeks, I'll be a quick drive away, so give me a call anytime you need me. Being called skipper over the past 14 months has been one of the greatest honors of a lifetime. But being called dad and coach by the three beautiful young ladies in the front row, Showtime. Is what I'll cherish the most. Lucy, Sophie, and Isabella, so much has been asked of you since we've been part of the Top Hatters. I left you home alone to take care of your mother for 7 months on a deployment. I had you travel around the world to celebrate Christmas in the desert. You watched what probably felt like hundreds of baby lids so Mommy and the lady lids could work on their countless projects. Add to that a worldwide pandemic that shook everything that made your 10 and 14-year-old lives feel normal. And to have you sit there today seemingly unfazed by any of it is a true blessing. Or finding a way to still get straight A's throughout the pandemic, or watching you ski a black diamond like a boss continues to impress your mother and I. What we are most proud of is the positive attitude and effort you put forth every single day. Whether it's in school, on the field, or straight in the slopes, you continue to push yourself to new heights. You've made the most of Sierra Pacific High School and Frontier Elementary, but now you get to become Coronado Islanders, and I can't wait to see everything you're going to do. Christina, over 15 years living in the Central Valley will unfortunately come to an end now. Most people kick and scream finding out they're coming to Lemoore, but you and I tried to do everything we could to stay here even longer. This is where we raised our family. We made lifelong friendships with some of the greatest Americans we'll ever know. But what makes us work is you find the ability to keep our family grounded. You've been my biggest supporter, and at times my biggest critic, but for over 15 years, but even more so over the past 2.5 years in the Top Hatters, you've been my sounding board for everything Top Hatters. Counselor when I questioned what I was doing was right, and my best friend when I needed someone just to be there. Can't imagine this crazy life without you. I love you so much. To the most important guests, the ones looking great in STBs in the back and blues in the back, I know CAG just gave me some crap for it earlier, but you guys look amazing. Thank you so much for dressing up today. The officers, chiefs, and sailors of VFA-14, I could not have been blessed with a better group of men and women to work with over the past 30 months. I've been on that side of the change of command before, and I know you're not paying attention anymore, but if you could, for just a couple seconds, dial in, because there's a few people I need to let everyone know about. But before that, this chest, the medal I have on my chest right here, will be a reminder, all of you, each and every one of you. I've been around and talked to you all in various small settings over the past couple days. This medal will be a continuous reminder of the time we spent together. But one person who needs to be acknowledged right now, and many of you have heard me say this before in the past, but CMC Raleigh is the best CMC in the United States Navy. He is also blessed with the best chief's mess I've ever seen together, but I firmly believe the success the Lids have had over the past 1.5 years, throughout COVID, throughout everything we've dealt with, can be attributed to our CMC. Because he is a true selfless leader who puts his entire heart and soul into everything he does, and each and every one of you, and he wants you to be successful, not just professionally, but personally as well. So CMC, thank you on behalf of the Lids. One of the greatest honors the CEO of the Top Hatters has is presenting the Captain Henry Mustin Award at the change of command. Henry Mustin was Top Hatter 1, taking command of the Lids in 1919. This award is presented to one officer, one chief, and one first tour sailor who demonstrates the same leadership qualities and selfless dedication to Top Hatter success that the first CEO of the Top Hatters exhibited. While there are easily 100 of you that I can give this award to, I ask the following 3 individuals who've had the biggest impact on my time as commanding officer to come up on stage when they hear their names read. Lieutenant Fapit McLaughlin, AEC Stephen James, and Airman Haley Welch. In the interest of time, I'll pass on reading the actual citation, but while they walk up here, they're all at Sims right now. Yeah, come on up, actually, come on up. Come on up. I'll let you know real quick. Everyone who knows Fapit knows his life of regular, but he's winning this award today, not because of his greater shenanigans, or not because of how great he is, because of the impact he has on our sailors. Chief James checked in here a little over 1.5 years ago as an AE, expecting to be a full AE, and we threw him right in the AT shop, and I believe he's the best AT in the Navy at this point. So I know he doesn't like that, but he's absolutely crushed it. Airman Welch, formerly Airman Sepulveda, congratulations on the wedding. She was a part of the shop that everyone knows is my favorite shop in the Top Hatters, the Line Shack, for the majority of my time as skipper, and she showed what the epitome of a Top Hatter is. Selfless and humble work, making themselves better every single day, and I'm proud to pin these awards on you. maintenance phase is about building the foundation for successful workup and deployment. That foundation is found in building the qualifications of our pilots and maintainers. It's found in maintaining a high number of FMC jets so we can train the way we fight. And it's found in maintaining a culture of doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. It's also built by investing in our families so they're strong and ready for upcoming deployments. I talked a lot during this tour about work-life balance and investing in ourselves and our families during 2020. Even before the pandemic, that was important, but it became even more important once COVID arrived. I believe VFA-14 had more time off in 2020 than any other squadron in recent memory. That was so each of you could start the 2021 workup cycle with a fully charged battery. I couldn't have done that without the dedication and hard work each sailor in VFA-14 brought every day. We didn't have such great success during MPA or win the Battle E by chance. It required continual hard work and effort because success is not a continuum. To be successful requires each of you to continue to do the countless small things you do right every day that no one ever knows about, but you do it time and time again. That is what made and will continue to make the Top Hatter successful as we move forward. Every decision I made for the squadron was to build that solid foundation so when Commander Kolwitz took over today, he would have those tools, people, and parts in place to take the squadron to the next level and ultimately be successful on deployment. Now, you wouldn't have thought we were going to get through this change of command without me talking about the Yankees. And Top Hatter 90 is where I'm going to make that connection. Being the commanding officer of the Top Hatters is a lot like being a pitcher for the New York Yankees. Both organizations have a storied history with more success than any other team or squadron in history. A lot of pressure is put on that pitcher, and 51,000 faithful Bronx fans have high expectations of him. But deep down, that player knows that the entire team needs to have his back if he's going to be successful and walk away with the win. But if that pitcher was lucky enough to pitch for the Yankees during the 20 years of Mariano Rivera's career as the best closer in the history of baseball, he also knew there was no chance he would ever finish the game. At some point, the coach was going to walk out to the mound. The pitcher was going to hear "Enter Sandman" by Metallica come over the speakers, and he would look back at center field, see the doors open to the bullpen, and out trot the best closer baseball has ever seen. He would know right there, then and there, that the win was in the books. He was about to hand the ball off to one of the best players to ever wear pinstripes. Well, today is no different. Losa, you enter Sandman. As I look back to the chairs behind me, I know I'm about to hand the baseball to one of the best skippers the Liz will ever have. The win is in the books, and the success of the Top Hatters is sure to continue. So it is with the greatest absolute pleasure that I get to introduce the 90th Commanding Officer of the oldest and boldest squadron in the Navy, Commander Tommy Kolwitz, Top Hatter 90.
I had no idea that was going to happen. I'm speechless. Just the best metaphor there, as well as the best music. I couldn't have thought to play 80s music when I was coming up to the podium, my own change command, but that was unbelievable and awesome. Thank you very much. Airman Loman, please redesignate aircraft 201. CAG Good, CAGs, Commodores, DCAGs, Deputy Commodores, fellow COs and XOs, both from Lemoore Flight Line and Shogun from afar, and guests both here and at a distance. Thank you so much for taking the time to witness Fighting 14's change of command. Lemoore Flight Line is truly a family. The support shown to Aaron and I throughout almost 13 years he assigned to commands at NES Lemoore have always been an important part of our family's success. I sincerely appreciate you taking time out of what I know is very busy schedules to spend time here today. To all my family and friends watching back home, thank you for your support over the years, most especially my brothers, Teddy and Marty, and my mother-in-law, Colette. I appreciate your support throughout this entire adventure. Thank you to my parents, also watching back home, to my mom, whether it was ask me why I was only jogging when training for cross country, or teaching me algebra over the summer so I could get into more advanced classes. thank you for always challenging me to be the best. And to my dad, thank you for the life lessons of leadership and management during those weekends at the service station. You had high expectations for me, you taught me resiliency and what it means to work hard. Lyle and Ryan, you guys are two amazing kids. You look great out there. You're born in this Navy family and you've been serving for all of your young lives. And again, as we prepare for an upcoming deployment, just know that I love you and I am so proud of all your accomplishments. And most importantly, to my wife, Erin. Dave, you're my rock and you're my true love. Thank you for supporting me throughout this entire adventure and serving right alongside me. We have a very exciting year ahead. I know it's going to be awesome, and I know you're going to love being the representative on the home front, helping our Top Hatter families be successful. I love you. I'm on this stage today only because of the never-ending support of my family and friends and the mentorship of many remarkable leaders who I have had the honor of serving with over the last 17 years. We all stand on the shoulders of giants every day. Sometimes people take that to mean the titans who began our tradition, like Spuds Ellison, or those who revolutionized the community, like Wade McCluskey or James Stockdale. But the giants I'm talking about are leaders that we see every day. The commanding officers, the department heads, the master chiefs, the division chiefs, who impact our lives in ways that leave a real impression and challenge us to achieve excellence. The mentors who train and guide us in such a way that we are forever imprinted with those lessons and carry them forward, hoping and praying that someday we'll be offered the privilege of giving those lessons to the next generation. I consider myself incredibly lucky to have served with many of these giants over my 6 tours. For me, this included skippers like Stoner Preston and Doc Shoemaker, who showed me the meaning of selfless dedication, Lance Norris, who taught us all to be nice, Sue Smith and Frosty Snowden, who demonstrated regularly what it meant to be humble, approachable, and credible, Cooter Waits, who taught me the details that leaders should care about, Sniff Burks, the most even-tempered person I've ever met, who showed me what it means to be calm under pressure, and Mouse Bays, who gave me his total trust and confidence and demonstrated every day what it means to lead up. Also, maintenance professionals like T. Mac McCrae, who introduced me to Mabwa, Gunner Sarah Tokarski, who showed me what it takes to get to yes, Tony Bruner and Master Chief Carlos Carvajal, who showed me the importance of the back office being in sync with the front office, and of course, Senior Chief Troy Peel, who showed me what it means to take care of sailors, showed me what a division officer, division chief relationship could be, and to whom I owe much of my knowledge of aviation maintenance. And to this list, I now add Duke Kenny. Duke, your determination to maximize the readiness and make us an amazing squadron during the maintenance turnaround cycle has set us up for success. That balance with your care and your concern for our Top Hatter sailors and their families have been absolutely essential in navigating what has been a crazy command tour and the complex situations that we had to deal with. You and Christy have absolutely set this squadron up for success, and Aaron and I hope to grow into your shoes. Sunshine, Carrie, Brooklyn, Harper, welcome to the Top Hatter family. It's going to be a busy year, but I know it's going to be rewarding. Aaron and I are very excited to work with you. Together with CMC Raleigh, his wife Kim, we're excited to build a triad and a command support team that will lead our entire Top Hatter family to success during workups and crews. And to the Top Hatter families watching at home, we honor your support of your service member. You allow us to be successful. You serve alongside us, and your support allows this team to focus on the mission at hand. I ask you to never suffer in silence. If you need something, ask us. We're in this together as one Top Hatter family. And finally, to the men and women of Strike Fighter Squadron 14, I am humbled and honored to assume this role and serve as commanding officer at such a critical time in this squadron's history. This squadron is called the oldest and boldest for a reason. Those who have come before us have made it the most decorated, most renowned, most legendary aviation squadron in the world. Our lineage dates back to 1919. It was 15 years after the first powered flight at Kitty Hawk. Back then, VFA-14 was known as Air Detachment, Pacific Fleet. And now it is our turn to continue that legacy of excellence. Less than 1/2% of Americans raise their hand and volunteer to don the cloth of the nation, leave your families behind, and deploy to defend our homeland against enemies abroad. It is neither a cliche nor a platitude to say that you are the absolute very best this nation has to offer. You represent all races, all religions, you come from all over the world, both citizen and citizen-to-be. You've dedicated this portion of your life to defend an idea articulated in the Constitution which you have sworn to defend. No matter what your job is in the squadron, whether it's a newly minted E2 in the line shack or a department head, we are one team. I've heard some leaders say that everyone is replaceable. While I know this is usually an effort to remind us of how lucky we are and what a privilege it is to serve our country, I will tell you that absolutely no one in this squadron is replaceable. I need every single one of you. Our legacy continues only as much as we continue to work together, doing our part towards a common goal. And I ask of you only one thing, that you do your best every single day. And I promise you I will do the same. It is the duty of every lid to continue our legacy through the pursuit of perfection. We are no longer a maintenance-based squadron. We are a squadron in workups. In just about 10 months, we will embark on the USS Abraham Lincoln and deploy to defend this nation. Like so many squadrons before us, we will sail into an uncertain environment with untold threats. And as dangerous as this world might seem today, we have no idea what the global situation will be that drives our squadron's tasking. And as such, we must be ready for anything. The immortal words of Duke and my favorite president, it is too late to prepare for war when the time of peace has passed. We must be credible at our craft and disciplined in our execution. Make yourself better every single day. And when we deploy, it will be one team putting full mission-capable jets in the air, lethal combat pilots in the cockpit. We should be ready for anything the nation requires. Set the standard, Liz, and lead the way. XO, take charge, carry out the plan of the day.
Aye, aye, Skipper. Strike Fighter Squadron 14, attention!
Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's Airborne Change of Command. Commander Kinney and Commander Kolwitz would like to thank you for your attendance.
Squadron, dismissed.
Good to see you, man. Good, thanks for coming up. Thanks. Appreciate it. Good to see you, man. Are you guys are going to be
I guess these and this power machine gun. Well, we'll find out. I can definitely tell that
Oh, nice.
How's it feel? Are you just always showing up too. All right, let's get off the stage. Yeah. We'll come back up. Can we get a picture together? I think they're trying to get a picture. Hey, CMC, real quick. Get a quick picture here. A little bit of both.
That's about how I crawled in front of you. I was like, no. I know.
Oh, gotta be fire. Hold on.
No, we gotta. I'm incredibly happy right now. For a second, I was overwhelmed. Wave hi. Hey, our family back home is watching. Say hi. Ryan, can you say hi? Ryan. No, to the camera.
Nice job. Yeah.
was okay.
On Friday, I came out to take pictures. Oh, you're coming Tuesday. Did you get it cut?
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, it's hold the same way.
Congrats, man. This is awesome. Yeah. Is it still on video? Oh, there's Ari coming up there.
Take my mask off a little bit too. There we go.